What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the Portland Snowhawks. We're just finishing up the draft because we've got a couple late patrons. We'll do the Patreon plug after we show this quick little update. So first we need to add Pittsburgh Steelers late addition Benjamin Dubuque, wide receiver from Georgia, inspired by one of the greatest athletes in the history of football. Jim Thorpe, the track and field star, ran decathlon, decided with his speed he could try to make it as a wide receiver. The Pittsburgh Steelers took a shot at him. 95 speed, he got 97 acceleration. Undersized at 5'6", 160, but plenty of people believe he will have a niche carved out for him at Pittsburgh as a rookie. And then we have to move on to the Minnesota Vikings, who added Lorenzo Williams Jr. from South Dakota State. Just, the type of player that's just, grew up, saw that Carson Wentz's success could propel someone from that area, that side of the world, to become a big-time football player. And growing up in the Dakotas, you're pretty much either a fan of the Vikings or a fan of the Packers, and the Minnesota Vikings were able to select him here. 73 overall with the quick developmental trait, 6'4", 206 pounds, great size, great range, and maybe a future partner back there with Harrison Smith. We will have to wait and see, but you got the 90 speed, 87 zone, 78 pursuit, 88 acceleration, 83 man. So really, really underrated in coverage, and with that size, he is going to be very appealing to plenty of players. So I'd like to thank the new Patreons for supporting, and we're going to be following these players throughout the entirety of the franchise. I guess we'll do the plug now because, why not? Keep sharing the love. There is never a time too late to get involved with the Portland Snowhawks series. I have a Patreon page, which first and foremost is to help support me continue to YouTube. And then secondly, it gets you guys involved with the series. There are 5 tiers that you can select upon. I'm going to quickly flash them above here because I know a lot of you guys are already supporting me. Don't need to keep hearing this, but you got to understand, I got to hustle. So number 5, you can get Darren Sproles for $2. That's just basically a tip to say you enjoy my channel. You can go to $5, which is Jake Elliott, which is the easiest way to get involved with this series. You have the $10 Fletcher Cox tier, which is debatably the best value that you can get to get a prospect that might be able to develop into something good. That being said, there may be a $5 tier player that develops into a nice little stud. So after the $10 tier, you have the $20 Brian Dawkins tier, which is, I probably think, is the best value tier to get involved with this. Also giving a big ol' huggy to your boy C4 here. And then we have the $50 Lane Johnson tier, which is for the big dogs that really, really love your boy C4. And we'll talk about the $50 tier once we pop in to the video. But that is the Patreon plug. Now it's time to quickly show you the real prospects that we use. I asked in the last video to leave in the comment section below if you wanted to see me use the real prospects or not, because that is kind of the appeal of the Philadelphia Eagles Connected franchise mode. And what everyone said was just use the big ones. So what I did was look through the first round prospects. Pretty much all consensus first round prospects have been used. So we have Mark Andrews, the tight end from Oklahoma here, and Orlando Brown, the right tackle from Oklahoma, featuring here on the Chicago Bears. Looking at the Cincinnati Bengals, they have Arden Key from LSU, 83 overall. Very, very impressive. Buffalo Bills have Malik Jefferson, the linebacker from Texas, as well as Nick Chubb, the running back from the University of Georgia, on their lineup is for the Patreon, Mohamed Abdullahi. On the Denver Broncos, they selected Sam Darnold out of USC, one of the most highly touted quarterbacks in college football. They also got James Washington, the wide receiver from Oklahoma State, somehow, someway in the 4th round. Look at the Cleveland Browns, this 87 overall monster QB. We made him Josh Rosen from UCLA to go with our own Patreon, Jacob Showers at free safety. I don't think they got anyone else. Nope. Looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they got Bradley Chubb from NC State, 81 overall, big-time playmaker, good fit there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cardinals got Cortland Sutton, the wide receiver from SMU, 79 overall, big rangy guy to help replace Larry Fitzgerald. You have the Chiefs, they didn't get anyone. You didn't even have a first-round pick. Looking at the Colts, bad first-round pick, 65. We weren't going to make that anyone. Kansas City. Dallas Cowboys, bad first-round pick. Weren't making that anyone. Miami Dolphins, bad first-round pick. So really, right now, the highlight of the Dolphins is Patron Miles Jordan at the wide receiver spot, looking like a beast from Florida. Looking at the Philadelphia Eagles, they got Darius Geis, the running back from LSU, in the 1st round. Big-time playmaker, good acquisition there. Atlanta Falcons, no good first-round picks. Sorry about that. 49ers got Tarvaris McFadden, the corner from Florida State. In the second round, they got Baker Mayfield, the quarterback from Oklahoma. So plenty of good picks here for the San Francisco 49ers. Giants got Harold Landry, the outside linebacker from Boston College. Jaguars got Lamar Jackson. Here we go. He's not in the Eagles franchise yet. He's going to be more so second draft. So we decided to spruce things up a little bit and add Lamar Jackson here with, oh my God, he's going to be an absolute playmaker. Will he be able to take over from Blake Bortles? I do not know the answer to that question, potentially. The Jets got Saquon Barkley in the first round, 85 overall superstar running back, as well as Jair Alexander from Louisville in the second round. The Detroit Lions got Bryce Love, who again, kind of like Lamar Jackson, won't be seen until year 2 in the Philadelphia Eagles franchise mode. Getting a sneak peek here, Bryce Love, and they got Minkah Fitzpatrick from Alabama, in the second round. Packers got nobody. Sorry, Packers, can't do that with a bad first round. Panthers got Connor Williams, the big tackle from Texas, 82 overall. Not a bad pickup there at all. New England Patriots got Cameron Smith, the middle linebacker from USC. Very good pickup there. Oakland Raiders, you want to say, oh, they got no one. Somehow, someway, Christian Wilkins from Clemson, the best D-tackle in the class, fell all the way down to the 6th round. Maybe an injury and off the field, something like that. But the Raiders got an absolute monster there late. The Rams got Billy Price, the center from Ohio State. And in the second round, they got Vita Valle, the D-tackle from Washington. 2 good pickups there for the Rams. Baltimore Ravens got Mike Gesicki from Penn State, 80 overall tight end. Redskins got Jerome Baker, the inside linebacker from Ohio State, 78 overall, very, very athletic. Saints got Mason Rudolph, the quarterback from Oklahoma State, replacing Drew Brees as best they can, 77 overall. Seahawks got Calvin Ridley, the wide receiver from Alabama, 75 overall, good pickup there. Snowhawks, we didn't get anyone. We didn't add anyone on the Snowhawks. Steelers got Derwin James, 79 overall, superstar safety from the University of Florida State. That's not what they're called. But Florida State, FSU, good pickup there. And we also included Maurice Hurst, the D-tackle from Michigan. The Texans didn't get anyone because they were booty. The Titans got Quentin Nelson, the offensive lineman from Notre Dame. And the Minnesota Vikings, I don't think they got anyone outside of Lorenzo Williams Jr. So there you go. Pretty much every first-round pick has been included. I don't think I missed anyone. If there's anyone that I missed that you really, really want to see here, added as a prospect, I can always go back and redo it, because this episode here, what we're going to do is we're going to take a final look at the roster. We're going to just simulate and get some highlights and summaries from the preseason, so that this weekend, because this is Wednesday, so probably Saturday will be the next episode of the Relocation Snowhawks. We will get into week number 1. So without further ado, let's jump in to the regular season. Alright, so as we get ready for the beginning of the season, we're trying our best still to fill out our team. Looking at the free agency market, we'll have to see what happens after week 2. We're putting a couple feelers out on some undrafted free agents. But looking at our team right now as we head in, big key here in the opener is the quarterback spot, because we do want to give Dempsey here an honest opportunity to maybe supplant old man Phillip Rivers, who really, it kind of felt like Snowhawk fans, we don't have a tie to him. We're not the Chargers anymore. We don't need to, you know, hold on to the nostalgia of Phillip Rivers throwing for 30-some touch plus TDs. It's about what have you done for me lately. And last year, the Rivers was unable to lead this Chargers team to a playoff push. Quarterback spot is wide open. Mack and Lindquist are both starting at the wide receiver spot, along with Tyrell Williams. Mike Williams got to fight for some balls here. I don't know if we're going to air it out and go 4 wide. We might have to really utilize our strengths, but the 2 rookies are right there in the starting lineup. Hunter Henry's up to a 90 overall. We have new right tackle Munson starting, Lamson 86. Offensive line is a good work in progress. Hopefully Dan Feeney continues to develop. What we did was we modified one of our centers to Mason Cole, the center, real prospect from Michigan, because basically we had a backup guard that we moved to center, and he went up to a 74. He's quick dev, so I figured why not? Defense pretty much looks the same as last year. Floyd now starting at D-tackle, a big get in free agency. Samaan, our big-time freak athlete, strong safety. People, the fans are ranting and raving about this guy. They're very excited to see how he will perform. Still have a weakness here at left outside linebacker. I don't know why this is still a C+. He's a 81. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But all in all, the team is looking good, but everything still is very much fluid. So let's simulate this first game here against the Colts. Check a look at the box score, see who did what, and we'll take a look at some free agents for week 2 of the preseason. So here we are after the first preseason game, starting out 1-0. We will look at the box score. We also have a trade offer in for Trevor Williams, a 79 overall corner, 24. Why would we do that? Unless someone's been making noise in camp as an undrafted free agent. And at the cornerback spot, we have one of the most surprising prospects I've ever come across. And that was out of Northern Illinois. Don't let the skin tone fool ya. Nick Gavigan, 6'1", 217, 83 overall as a rookie. The best undrafted free agent that I have ever seen. Looking to be like the next Kurt Warner. A certified, bona fide Hall of Famer. Can Nick Gavigan follow in his shoes? Superstar dev trait, 92 speed, 82 man, 88 zone. The play rack could get better. At least we know what to spend our XP on. 92 acceleration, 82 press, 74 catching. Built like a safety, but he's not going to let the stereotype set him down. He wants to be bigger, badder, and better than Jason Sehorn, the last, we'll say, Caucasian starting cornerback in the NFL back a couple, well, it was a decade plus, even longer, with the New York Football Giants. So Gavigan now coming in the cornerback spot, which now makes Trevor Williams surplus requirement. Guy like that probably should go for a good, decent pick. We have a bunch of picks for the upcoming draft class. Let's see what we have here. We got a third, a second, a first from the Jets. I feel like, you know what? We're gonna take that. Why not? Why not? If you're gonna throw it this our way, this is our why not franchise. You know where that's the way we're taking it. If you're gonna give us a first rounder for a 24-year-old 80 corner, I mean that's not bad. That's definitely a corner that can develop into a starter. We're not gonna take it. So looking at the quick recap here from week number 1 in the preseason, as your Snowhawks were able to beat the Colts 40-34. We got Sanchez got a lot of playing time. Could say Brian Dempsey outplayed Phillip Rivers. Look at that, 235 yards to Phillip Rivers 70. As far as rushing is concerned, not a whole lot from our Tavon Austin is now a running back, which is pretty upsetting. Where's our boy? Where's our, what do you call it? Whetstone didn't get a single touch for the Colts in preseason. That is just shocking. Absolutely shocking. But Tavon Austin now a running back with a touchdown. Eckler got a touchdown for us, as well as Melvin Gordon and Brandon Wilson. As far as receiving is concerned, Hunter Henry 7 catches for 78 yards. We got 5 catches, 54 for McCluskey here. UDFA. Looking at more so, Elon Mack, 26 yards on 2 catches. Nothing for our prize first-round pick, Lindquist. I don't know why he's not getting involved. That's pretty disappointing. On the defense here, nothing too crazy. We got a sack for Kidder, probably not going to make the roster. A sack for Taco Charlton, which is nice, and a sack for Southward, as well as an interception from Hayes Puller. But all in all, a great start, good foot forward here for the Snowhawks franchise as we continue to go through this free agency push. So now let's pop into the next week against the Cincinnati Bengals. We're opening up week 2 of the preseason, actually going into week 3 with a trade, sending TJ McDonald to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 2nd, 6th, and 7th. Because of the addition of Gavigan, we have now moved Jalen Collins to a safety spot, which has kind of freed that spot up. So we are now 1-1. Unfortunately, we fell to the Cincinnati Bengals, 28-7. That's not hot. That's definitely not a hot start. Let's more so look at our team. I don't think we have any prospects, any ones to watch on the Bengals. Rivers a touchdown, 2 picks. Dempsey came in, had an interception as well, so neither quarterback played well. Gordon had 41 yards as well as a fumble. So everyone played not great. Hunter Henry, 6 catches, 72 yards. Elon Mack, 3 catches, 61. Lindquist finally gets on the board here with 1 catch. As far as, do we get any, where did Munson? Munson, no sacks given up here in this game. On the defensive side, Perriman had 10 tackles. We got a sack from Kidder. And no picks on the day. So all in all, we did get outplayed by the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, you're going to take your lumps on that one. We're 1-1. We're a brand new franchise as we get ready for week 3, going up against Mr. Hurricanes, Minnesota Vikings. So week 3 of the preseason wasn't ideal as we fall to the Minnesota Vikings 37-23. Looking at how we did, Dempsey could have, outplayed Rivers if you're looking at for that 113 yards at TD. Rivers 135, a touchdown and a TD. I think we're going to have to do something here. Dempsey 2 rushes, 72 yards and a touchdown, so he broke one there. As far as receiving is concerned, let's look at the Snowhawks. 4 catches, 76 yards, and a TD for Tyrell Williams. I will take that. Lindquist with 20-yard bomb. Mack with a 20-yard bomb. As far as defense is concerned, Perryman with 13 tackles on the day. A sack for Jatavis Brown. Floyd, Kidder, and Bosa. Half sack for Perryman and Atoshu. We also had no picks on the day. Looking at how potentially Mr. Lorenzo... What did he do? Did he do anything? Did he even get involved? Didn't even get involved, which kind of stinks for Lorenzo Williams Jr., the strong safety for the Minnesota Vikings. But, it is the preseason, and it has been kind of wonky. So what I'm going to do as we head towards the 4th and final preseason game, we're going to give Dempsey the start. We're going to see what he can do with a full-fledged start. Gets, as bunch of game minutes as he will against the undefeated, if undefeated meant can't win and only have lost, San Francisco 49ers. So what we're also going to do here, guys, is scavenge the free agency market. See if any studs have got released that we can add some depth to. So as I was looking through the waiver wire, 2 of you lucky Patreons are getting lucky. Is it lucky? Is it unlucky? I'm not sure. Everyone else stayed on their team, but Tim Whetstone and Lorenzo Williams Jr. Lorenzo Williams was a safety on the Vikings, and Whetstone was going to be the receiving back on the Colts. Both of them have been released, which, I mean, I gotta be the good guy here. We know they got quick dev. So we're very excited to add both of them to our squad. I don't know how they're gonna fit into the things. We're looking at it as a grand scheme, but very excited. What we're gonna do is we're gonna give Whetstone the start because we don't need to see Melvin Gordon play. We know what we have there in Melvin Gordon. And then what we're going to do is actually, Samaan is the starter. He's a monster. Maybe we have to look at moving Lorenzo Williams to free safety. If you are the owner of Lorenzo Williams, let me know on Patreon if that's what you want to see. We'll give him the start over Samaan just to, welcome him to the squad and see how well he can do in this final preseason game. All right, so looking at the final preseason game, we fell to the 49ers 31-14. We didn't get any stats from that game because, of course, Madden can't do it. But we're going to assume maybe the experiment of Whetstone and Dempsey starting as of now. Let's pump the brakes. So I'm going to say right now, well, more so clearly, Gordon Whetstone can be our 3rd down receiving back. But Dempsey, that is a big question right now. How is he going to develop as a QB behind Philip Rivers? We all know Philip Rivers might only have a year or 2 left. What we're going to do, I guess we can pull it to the subscribers. But I do feel like we should give Philip Rivers an opportunity to really, be the veteran presence of this young franchise. And if things aren't working, we can pull the plug and go with Dempsey. Now that we're done all of our simulations, I believe we'll make sure all the injuries and stuff are on. So that opens the door for some storylines. But we're looking good here. Defense, everything's back to normal. Defense is looking fire. Feeling confident as we get ready for... Could not ask for a better opener. Not only a season opener, but a franchise opener going up against the Cleveland Browns. But that will be this weekend's episode. So, we will finish this with, if anyone out there still has been on the fence about supporting the Patreon and getting involved with the series, there's still, you can do it through any point throughout the series. And we may get another Gavigan, 83 overall monster find as an undrafted free agent at the cornerback spot. But if you do want to get invested before the season officially starts, now would be the time, as Saturday and or Sunday, I'm not sure what day will be the official upload date, will be the beginning of the regular season for the Snowhawks. So this is the last of the miscellaneous kind of housekeeping episodes, if you will. We are ready to go full torque this weekend. So thank you guys for all of your support. Just be it by subscribing to me and watching me on YouTube, or going the extra mile if you can afford it and helping me support myself on Patreon. It's great. It's a beautiful thing. I love you guys so much. And until next time, it's Papa C4 saying subscribe if you're new, and peace out.